I have another build here for you. This one's actually going to be a little bit cheaper in budget, not a whole lot compared to our June $1,400 build, but I wanted to go a different factor here. I mainly wanted to get some new products that just came out. I wanted to get those showcased in a system before I actually go a little bit cheaper. I am going to go cheaper here on the next build, probably definitely under the $1,000 range. For this price point, I picked $1,200. And I'm actually focused on a mini form factor ATX, micro ATX case, and motherboard and overall design. As you guys know, I love the small form factor and the performance you can get in some of those systems. I personally run a mATX system. I'll throw a picture of it here. You can fit so much performance in these things, and they don't take up a lot of space, and you can move them. Currently, I don't have a laptop, which is why I'm using the trusty phone here. So the reason why I like the small form factor design is that they're mobile, they're portable, you can fit the same amount of performance in them, and there's a lot of mini ITX cases out there right now that are actually more suited for things like water cooling and more high performance systems. That being said, that some of these products do actually cost a little bit more than, say, your standard fare of actual products. But I do think this is probably the best micro ATX system for the price point, for that $1,200 range. That being said, let's jump right in. If you can't tell by the background, you can't see it, we are focusing on the Corsair 350D. That's going to be the case we're going to use. The one with the window is the one I prefer, and it's $104.99. If you don't care about the window and you just want the regular flat black panel, so you can't see inside of it, you can actually pick that case up for about 80 bucks. So you can cut little corners there. I picked the one with the window for about $105 is what we're actually going to pay there. For the motherboard, I went with a new micro ATX motherboard from ASUS. This is the Z87 Griffith. I don't know what it's called. It's based off the Sabertooth line, basically, and then that it's more made of the tough components. So it's gonna have a little bit longer warranty, a little longer lasting components on the board. Not a huge fan of the color scheme on the ASUS Sabertooth and Griffith, whatever you wanna call it, motherboards. But I will mention that. Once you get it in a case and get some lighting in there, you really can't tell the color scheme. So it doesn't end up being that big of a deal. And it's also bundled with some memory, so we don't have to spend any money there. And we're getting this for, let's check the price that we got here, is $174.99, which is a very good deal if you ask me for micro ATX. And I do believe still that they cover the 5-year warranty. I think you have to register the product now to get that full 5-year warranty. But most of all the tough line of boards from ASUS cover 5 years. So this motherboard is guaranteed for 5 years, which is something that I really actually enjoy. And then for the actual processor, i5-4670K, no brainer. It's the best bang for your buck when it comes to gaming, even any type of productivity task. You can do some video editing on it. It's not going to be quite as good as the i7 with the hyper-threading because it doesn't have the hyper-threading on it. But overall, it's going to be a very solid processor for what we need. For the power supply with the OCZ 750 watt full modular 80 plus bronze power supply, and it is running us, this is a good deal, $71.99, and it comes bundled with Far Cry 3, which is an excellent title. I really like that game. I haven't finished it yet, but I actually got into it, and it's a lot more enjoyable to play than I actually was imagining. It's probably one of the best Far Cry editions out there, being the third one. So that's going to get us 750 watts, so we're going to be able to throw another graphics card or anything else we want there, and it's going to be $71.99. For the GPU, I went with the Sapphire Vapor X 7950. The 7950 is hard to beat when it comes to the actual price to performance for this system, and it is $284.99. This is the current version. You can get the old previous version, which is like the Flex, I believe, and it's a little bit cheaper, about $5-10 bucks, but I went ahead and went with the newer version because I wanted that newer product there. For the memory, we get some Corsair Vengeance, 8 gigabytes, 1600 megahertz memory for free. It's bundled with the motherboard, so that's a good deal there. I maybe would probably throw another DIMM in there if I want to get 16 gigabytes, which is going to be overkill, but this is only one stick, and I prefer to run 2. It's just overall going to work a little bit better. And then for our actual storage, I actually just went with the solid state drive. It's a 256 gigabyte SanDisk Ultra, and it is $164.99. So for 256 gigabytes, that's all I'm running currently in my system. Granted, I do a lot of videos, so I do have some backup storage on the side. But that's going to be able to load any games you want on it. I mean, I probably have 15, 20 games loaded on mine and Adobe Suites, and I still have plenty of room left for a few other products, or just overall files. If you want to throw a hard drive in there, you can get a between 40 and 150 for a hard drive if you need that. So you can add that onto your system if you want, or if you already have a hard drive. Many people already have a hard drive laying on. I have a Seagate 2 terabyte Barracuda hard drive that I just have sitting that I actually use from time to time. So no hard drive included. For the cooler, with the Cooler Master Seedon 240 millimeter, it's similar to the Corsair H100 or the H100i or NZXT's 240 millimeter design. The reason why I picked this is that it's $80. It's a really good deal. It gets good reviews. And overall, once we pair it up with some fans, which I did leave some room in the budget to actually get a little bit higher quality fans, I really like this cooler. Just the overall way it's laid out and designed. And Cooler Masters really stepped their game up when it comes to already pre-filled liquid cooling systems. So definitely pick that up for 80 bucks. We're not including any type of operating system. If you want Windows 7, I do believe you can get Windows 8 Pro around 100 bucks if you need that. And then we have a DVD CD drive. I just went with a LG DVD Blu-ray for 40 bucks. They've been on sale recently, so we can get a nice DVD Blu-ray drive there. If you don't need that, take $40 off. You're going to get well under $1,200 for this system. And then I also went with two Noctua NF-F12 fans. These by far are the best fans out there when it comes to pairing them up with a water cooler. I've got best performance out of these. They are 20 bucks a piece, so that's going to add $40 to our system. But these are going to outperform any of the fans that are going to come with those pre-filled already coolers. I really like the design. I'm not a big fan of the color, but if you saw Computex, they actually had some that were actually black, which is actually going to be a really neat, many people just don't like the color scheme of these, but these are definitely good solid built fans. They are PWM fans, so you can hook them into your motherboard, and your motherboard's going to just have overall better control of them, and just starting them up, slowing them down, overall performance. You're going to get a lot better performance out of these. So definitely pick a couple of these up, 20 bucks a piece. I had $40 left over to get us to the $1,200 mark. So that gives us a little over $1,200, $1,201 I actually believe. Overall, the system's going to be excellent for the price point, and for the form factor. It's going to be a very small form factor oriented case with a nice side window, so we're going to be able to view all these nice products that I usually try to showcase in the system. Thanks everyone again for watching. I do have a cheaper build that's going to be coming up next, but that's been my $1,200 micro ATX build for June 2013. I will see you guys next time, and thanks again for watching J Wolf Tech Broadcast.